you have a dreamer in your life, someone who talks about dreams or wants to tell you their dreams or talks to other people about dreams or likes to interpret dreams, well, if you do, here are some gift ideas for that person. Now, these are things that I have already in my home. I don't want to recommend things on this video that are my wish list. I'm recommending things that I use that I think would be cool gifts for someone in your life who likes dreams and dream interpretation. I'm Karen, and I dream a lot, and I like to study and talk about dreams and dream interpretation, and I do dream interpretations for people. So if you have a gift idea that you have received or that you think would be a cool gift idea for a dreamer, put it in the comments below. I am always looking for gift ideas. They don't all have to be moon themed or dream themed. In fact, most of the ones you'll see today are not in that vein at all, but that doesn't mean I don't like them. I do. But these are just some simple basics and maybe one or two that you might not have thought of. I'm going to talk about 5 different gifts, and then there's a bonus gift at the end. The first and most obvious gift is a dream journal. And I have a very specific dream journal that I like and that I recommend, and your dreamer that you are giving a gift to might not be so picky. So I wanted to show a couple of different kinds of journals that are fun to use or useful. So my favorite kind is one that has, and this is a pen, so you want to buy a pen for them as well, but this one has a little strap in the front, and that way you can strap it down and it doesn't flop open. So there's a strap and there's a bookmark, a ribbon, so that they can open it to the right place. However, since I tend to store my journal with the pen inside, the ribbon isn't super important, but sometimes it's helpful to have at night when you, or right first thing in the morning when you want to hurry up and open the journal and write it down. Because if you've seen my video on how to keep a dream journal, the first thing that I say is you need to write it down as soon as you wake up. And the less fumbling around there is to do, the better for you. So this is the kind I like. It's small enough that it doesn't take up a lot of space on your bedside table or on your bed, even if you leave it on your bed in the middle of the night, because sometimes that happens. But it's enough that you can write your dream down in. So that's the kind of journal I like. And so I have a couple of them here. I have the silver one, purple. I like all different colors. So that's my favorite. Now I have been given gifts of dream journals because people know that I like to write my dreams down. So I have quite a few for a while. I won't need to be buying any, but these are really pretty. These are by Peter Popper Press, and they just make you think dreamy thoughts, right? They're very dreamy. They are pretty. They have lines inside. I prefer lines inside my journals because it's just you can get more on a page, but some people might not. These are very light lines. This one's very pretty. And this isn't necessarily sold as a dream journal. It's just a journal, but you can use it as a dream journal. And then it also has a ribbon. So see, ribbons are nice. And so you could also stick your pen in here and be good. And then here's another pretty one, it looks like a mermaid. So these are very pretty. Now, the other kind of journal that I have that people like and is fun is, this was a gift as well, and it's got this cool sequin feature that the sequins, you can play with it, and that's one that people like. And again, it does also have a ribbon and is light enough but hardback enough. I like a hardback journal because when you are picking it up in the middle of the night, especially if you're like trying to lay down and write, you have something to push your hand against. So that's a dream journal. And then, like I said, be sure and get them a pen. If you can include a pen that has a little thingy on it, then they can clip it to the page, like I just did here. They can clip it to the page, or they can clip it to a ribbon or something like that, and then they won't lose it as likely. It won't get lost in the sheets. If you write in the morning or in the middle of the night, then you just lay it down and fall back asleep. You don't have to worry about losing your pen. Also on the bed table. So that is the first thing. Second is a kind of unusual gift. I would give these two things together if you can. I wouldn't give this next gift just all by itself because people would be like, what is this? But I would give them a flashlight. So sometimes when you wake up in the dark and you want to write down a dream, you can't see. And to me, it's too much time to fumble around, get my phone, turn on a flashlight or whatever. Your phone has a flashlight app. So I just use a flashlight and in the dark. And you can just lay it on your lap while you're writing, or you can even hold it in your chin while you're writing. So, or just hold it in one hand and write. But that is a very, sorry, I don't want to shine it in your eyes. That's a very fun kind of gift that you can put along with your dream journal and your pen. It can be a big bundle or a little package that you give to the person. Gift number 3 that is really fun to give to, or it's fun to receive if you're into dreams, and so it would be fun to give, is a book on dream interpretation. But don't give them anything too big, especially if they're new or they talk about it but they haven't read a lot of books. So the first few are just some just really good books on the topic. This one's a fun one. I really like this one. It's called The Dream Interpretation Handbook by Karen Fraser. I will put links to everything in the description down below. I'll put names and everything down in the bottom. But this one is a very cool book because it tells you how to interpret dreams. She has a specific way that she likes to do it. Gives you a little bit of the history of dream interpretation, and then it has a dictionary in the back. And so you can look up some of the things, the symbols in the back, bird, bug, you know, it's alphabetical just like a dream dictionary would be, and gives you some really good, just basic, most symbols don't have long meanings. So she goes in and gives you just the basics of what the most common symbols are. It's got a great index so you can look things up. She talks a little bit about Freud and Jung and some of the other dream interpreter experts and what their approach to dreams is. So this is a very fun one. This is also one of the few, well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know if, I don't look at all dream dictionaries, but this one also has colors in it, the meanings of colors. I like dreammoods.com, which is my favorite dream dictionary, and I always include that link down in the description below, but I don't believe there's colors on dreammoods.com, and this one I like because it has colors. Of course, a color can mean like 5 different things, or 10 different things. So, but when you are interpreting dreams, you learn how to understand what the colors could mean as you do an interpretation. So this is one of my favorite books. This is a really good introduction for people. Great first book to give to someone who's into dream interpretation. Or other dictionaries I mentioned. It is kind of fun to have a dream dictionary. This was a gift to me, and this has got not just dream dictionary stuff, but again, history, how to dream, tips on dreaming, different things like that. So I have to confess I haven't read this whole book, but I do like kind of scanning through it every once in a while, and it's again another kind of fun gift to receive when you're into dreams. Here's a book I like on it's called Modern Dream Work, and it's on it's New Tools for Decoding Your Soul's Wisdom, Linda Yale Schiller. That's a good book. So again, not super long, paperback, not even very expensive to buy, and just again a really good book on her view of interpreting dreams. And I learned a lot in here about nightmares. This is where I first started to be okay talking about nightmares because of the stuff she talks about in here around what to do to treat nightmares and how treatable they really are. So this is a good book. And I am still working my way through this book. It's called Dream Guidance, Connecting to the Soul Through Dream Incubation by Michael Clerk. I'm not sure I'm saying his name correctly either. However, this one is really good because it's how you ask questions to, like before you go to sleep, you can ask a question of your dreams, and then you will have a dream and you interpret it, and that will be an answer to the question you asked. So it can be things like trying to make a decision or trying to solve a problem. You know, is this the right job for me? That kind of, thing. Questions about relationships, questions about all different kinds of things. And I've read other books on dream incubation, the older books from maybe the 70s and 80s, and he takes it a step further because he goes into the importance of the question itself, how to ask a question that will give you a clear answer and not like a bunch of different answers, right? So very good book, and I would recommend that one as well. I will share some dreams that some books I like. This is if you have a hardcore, like someone who's really into dream interpretation. This was fascinating. When Brains Dream. It's the neuroscience of dreaming, and it's just fascinating. I really enjoyed this, exploring the science and mystery of sleep. So any books on sleep as well, but I'm focusing mostly on dreams right now. Really good book by Antonio Zadra and Robert Strickgold. And then this is one that I have started and haven't gotten too far into it either, but it's so good so far. Again, on the history of dreams. So this is called The Oracle of Night, The History and Science of Dreams by Siddhartha Ribeiro, I think. So again, these are big, thick books and take a while to get through. But if you have a hardcore somebody who dreams a lot and is really interested in the dreaming, not just dreams a lot, but really interested in learning more about dreams, these are good books to get. Okay, now I want to share about a weighted blanket. So this is a weighted blanket. It's quite heavy, and I wanted to talk about weighted blankets because part of dreaming is sleep, and we want to make sure that we get good sleep and sleep through the night, because the longer you sleep, the longer your dreams are. And as you sleep through the night, your sleep cycles get longer, and then that's why you remember the dreams when you wake up in the morning, because you had a longer dream at that point in time, and so there's more to remember, or there's more that you forget, so there's more left to remember. So I thought I would talk about a weighted blanket because it does help you with sleep, but I also wanted to, and I'll do another video that goes more into weighted blankets, I would actually recommend a weighted lap pad, which is what they make now. I bought this weighted blanket about 3 years ago, I want to say. Yeah, before the pandemic. So I bought it. I loved it. It's about 15 pounds, which is a little too heavy, but I wanted to be sure I had enough weight, and it covers the whole bed. And you don't need to cover the whole bed unless there's two of you that need the weighted blanket. And then in my experience, no two people want the same weight. So I would get a weighted lap pad, which is smaller. It's more of a, 1.5 by 2 to 3 feet or 2 by 3, something like that. That's just going to lay on your body or in your lap. A weighted blanket at night. I toss and turn so much that I was also having shoulder problems, not because of the blanket, but I was pulling on the blanket with my shoulder and it wasn't helping the situation at all. So I stopped using the weighted blanket. I liked it. It made me feel snug and safe. Weighted blankets are great for anxiety. Now I use it on the couch instead of on the bed so that I can hold it during an intense movie or something, video that I might be watching. So again, weighted blankets are cool, but you have to be careful about the actual weight on your joints. And I've read some articles, again, I'm not going to go into it a lot here, but you want to be careful. So I think that's why a lap pad, which is going to be a little bit lighter, more like 6 or 7 pounds as opposed to 15 pounds, it will still give you a feeling of security. So I'm showing you as much as I can of this weighted blanket, but I would encourage a weighted lap pad for the person in your life who likes to dream, because they probably like to sleep too. So the last thing I want to talk about is a diffuser. So I have 2 examples of diffusers that I want to show. This was given to me as a gift. So I don't know who it's, oh, here it is. It's by Sage, S-A-J-E, and it's really cool. You just, if you're not familiar with a diffuser, you fill it up with water, and then you put an essential oil into it. And there's all kinds of essential oils, and then you turn it on. This one is cool because there's continuous, so it'll just keep going until the water runs out. And then there's an intermittent, which it'll diffuse for a few minutes and then it'll stop, and then it'll diffuse for a few minutes and it'll stop. I like that one. So diffusers are really nice at night because they are a good way to have aromatherapy to help you sleep. And I'll do another video someday on my sleep story, on improving my sleep. But I went through a period of some insomnias and various, I've mentioned it before in a video on myoclonic jerks. I was having a lot of trouble sleeping during a really difficult time in my life. And these helped. The diffusers helped. Here's another one I have. This is one by Young Living, and I believe it's the brand. Yes, Young Living, and this is the essential oil that came with it. It was a package that I did. I got a bunch of oils and a diffuser. This one's cool because it has a timer. So it's got 1 hour, 3 hours, 6 hours, or just continuous. So I kind of like that because after a while when you're sleeping, you're not really smelling it as much. So I would set it for a while, or if you don't want to accidentally leave it on all day. It'll stop once it runs out of water though, so you can't, you know, go too far. This one also has a cool light that this lights up, and this little piece here lights up, and it can be all different colors, and that's cool if you like lights in your room. I don't like lights at night, so I don't use that one as much as I used to. And then the oils, I like 2 different brands, so I'll put them both in the comments below. There's Young Living, which is, so I would get lavender. So lavender is really good for sleep. It's a very good, any kind of lavender, if you get a lavender sachet or lavender pillow spray or lavender essential oil, that's really helpful to relaxation. So that'll help with sleep. There's another brand, again, that came with this one, and that is the sage or the sage. I don't know how you say it. I've only seen it in writing. When you don't know what it sounds like, I could have looked it up before I started the video and see if somebody was saying what it sounded like. But anyway, this one is not lavender. This is the oil that came with it, and it's called Push Euphoric, and it's got grapefruit in it, and I love grapefruit. And I think it might have, I don't know, I had to look it up. But I know it has grapefruit in it. So sage or Young Living are 2 really good essential oils that you can use in diffusers. There's others. I'm not an essential oil aficionado. I know that there's different levels of quality and all that good stuff, but I'm not going to get in here and review essential oils. But if you get a good lavender essential oil in a diffuser, that's a really cool gift for someone who's into dreaming and into sleep. So those are the 5 that I wanted to talk about that I already have, and maybe other videos will be wish lists, or over the coming year I'm going to be testing out other dream things. If you've put a comment below, I might try to get that and see what I think of it and if it helps with dreams. I know there's a lot of teas that are supposed to help with dreams, and there's other like meditations and things like that that can help you with your dreams as well. So we'll talk more about that on future videos. But the other bonus gift that I had someone tell me that I needed to be sure and tell all the viewers, so wanted to be sure you knew that a bonus gift you can give to the dreamer in your life, if they have a lot of dreams, is a dream interpretation. So I do dream interpretations one-on-one, and there's a link in the description below. But there are dream interpreters on Instagram. If you go to Instagram and you put in dream interpretation, you'll find any number of dream interpreters. You want to be comfortable with the dream interpreter. You want to trust them. It's like working with a coach or a therapist. I mean, they don't do therapy, but it is someone that you want to be comfortable with because you want to trust what they're telling you. So a dream interpretation usually lasts for 45 minutes to an hour. They can be done over Zoom for a lot of people. For most people, they don't have to be done in person. So that's also a nice, cool gift to give people, give to your loved ones who like dreams. So if you liked this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up so more people can find out. And maybe if you are someone who likes to dream and likes to talk about dreams, you can buy one of these gifts for yourself or share the video with family or on your Facebook, so you kind of give people hints, right? So thank you for watching this video. The next one is going to be on how to keep a dream journal. I talked about dream journals in the beginning, so the next video will be how to keep a dream journal. You can follow me over on Instagram at Caryndreams, and please go ahead and subscribe. Thank you.